Hello, hello. Oh man, I am monitoring myself. Let me fix that. That's gonna bug me otherwise. Okay, that was just me checking on my audio quality, and of course left my camera lens closed because, yeah. Okay, well it's just gonna be one of those days. I mean, it's vacation, so can't be expected to do everything right the first time, or even the 14th time, as it may be. All right, let me get these headphones out because no. Right, no need for headphones, no need for speakers either. We'll go ahead and turn those off. Let's go ahead and throw out a tweet. New tweet. No, how about I reply to my old tweet? Live streaming soon. Let's go. Retweet that, and then XUnit will retweet that. And yeah, here we are. All right. So very impromptu, doing all of my the things I normally do while you're watching the 5-minute countdown. But God, please, I hope you're not watching the 5-minute countdown. Yeah, but being very spontaneous about this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. For me, it is 10:39. That could be AM or 24-hour time, doesn't matter. July 6, 2021. So, yeah, here in Pacific Daylight Time, which I guess means it's about dinner time for my European friends. So let's get going here, right? First thing, let's find a new desktop background. Yeah, I have to do that twice. I actually have 2 monitors. So every time you do that, it's changing one monitor, not the other one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. All right. So what are we doing together today? I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do issue review. Let me do a little back of the house maintenance here really quick here. Let me make sure that this video is streaming live okay. Looks like it is. Okay, I don't have to listen to it. It's just there. All right, we're good. Yeah, so let's do, we haven't done issue review in a little while, so we have a few things here that probably need review. So like looking at, this only has 1 response, so that's going to be me. These have 2 responses, so let's go ahead and dive back into those. I think I say this every time in terms of cleaning house. I really should clean house here, but that's because I say it at the beginning of the video stream and forget it by the end of the video stream and don't think about it until next time I come through here. Calling expose async if initialization was failed. All right, so my answer was modeled after the way construct and dispose works. Constructor fails, dispose is not called. It's such same behavior as with initialize async, dispose async. Yup. Okay. Okay. Create issue from discussion. Yeah, okay, got it. I'm going to go ahead and mark this as the answer then. The person has actually acknowledged that my answer is the answer. So there you go, a little house cleaning done. Oh my God, every one of these is going to say this, isn't it? Okay. All right. Test isolation. This is possible today. Indeed, I hate static state. Unfortunately, static is application.current under system windows, so no one... So one thread creates it, then the others cannot access properties on it. I was running with a simple class with static state that would, okay, if there's any potential workarounds. In this case, you should probably use something like, let's see, it's called like STA fact. Right. Let's go look at the project site. WinForms fact, right? WinForms fact from the STA fact extensibility project. Any test decorated with this should have access to Windows Forms. Also versions for WPF. Also a version for WPF. I guess that's what we'll say. As well as generalized versions to either lock all code onto a single thread, UIFact, or onto the single threaded apartment, single threaded apartment, STAFact. That looks right. Yes. All right. Good. Apologies that it took me 3 weeks to get back to this. I should probably obviously do this more often, even though when I look, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot to do. Okay. Use Exchange search source but prevent browse and analyzer overload. I went a different direction. Above approach works. It's too complicated. Public cloud assist. Above is much simpler. All right, I'm going to mark you as. This could also have slightly crazy coding due to the analysis. I'm marking your workaround as the answer, but I would be curious to know exactly what we're running into. If you wouldn't mind opening a new issue with a repro project, that would be great. Thanks. Dope. Is string value supported for inline data? While attempting to use Microsoft Extension's primitive string values as one of the parameters for inline, I am getting no test matches test case filter. Changing the type to system string and test to discover is so. I'm guessing there is no explicit support for string values in theory data. So my guess is that what you're running into is that string values isn't one of the things we know how to serialize in V2, and therefore your theory can't show all the pre-enumerated value sets inside Visual Studio, which in turn would also affect what things the filters can hit. I'm converting this to an issue to ensure that string values is supported in V3 either implicitly because of built-in serialization or because we end. I don't need to say that. Okay, transfer discussion. No, and create issue from discussion. Okay, seems fine. We'll go ahead and we'll put this 2343 in core framework. Okay. right. Okay. P3 acceptance test failures of found exception. The timing worked fixed 2232, but after overriding the equality comparison and null messaging, the acceptance test started failing somewhat erratically on my local machine with found exception. Example of it failing. Do you have any idea what the lack of repeatability debugging when running the build script means? I'm a bit of a loss. I've definitely seen this, but I don't remember what the fix was. Can I get back to the build? View the runs? Can I get back to the build? Maybe? Definitely seen this before. Are you on the latest code from main? Okay. One is apt to main current to main setup information target framework name always be 451, although targeting 471 or 48. What impacts the attribute blah 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 will be SSL and this is a function of the requested .NET framework used by the runner and not in v2 and not the requested .NET framework for your unit test project, because this decision is made at the time that the process is launched. This is one of the many reasons why we are moving to make unit tests applications instead of libraries in v3. And for that, I would like to have a link to this. If you're using our console runner, we ship versions compiled against every version of .NET Framework. 452 and NuGet packages, XUnit. Oh, that's weird, huh? I guess I don't have that out there. Let me go look here. NuGet org packages XUnit console. That's the linkable library version. Runner.console. No dependencies. Install package, this thingamajig. Yeah, that's the thingamajig. Except that's not really what I want, is it? I really want that, don't I? Let's open up a new one of these. Mixter1, CD1, .NET new. Yeah, that's fine. Class lid. And then add this package. Basically, just so I can go look in NuGet packages xunit.runner.console. 241. Tools. Yeah. 452 through 472. No, I was up here. and we shipped .NET 241. You can run the console runner that matches your desired version of the framework, and that should bring along all the features like TLS 1.2 that are available for you for that version of .NET. There you go. Okay, so that takes care of these, right? Looks good. Okay, let's go to issues. All right. Real proxy use is dog slow and impacts test runs. Yep, okay, well, you're going to find that I'm going to close that, I'm pretty sure, but we'll go take a look. Half of these are opened by me, they just need labels. I guess I forgot to label them, that's fine. Okay. At domains and thus proxies are completely removed from v3, so there's no work to be done here, as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell. There you go. Supporting dynamic assemblies. All right, so label, this is core framework. Core framework feature. Creating a new super type of fact attribute. Yep, that is a, whoops. That is a core framework feature. Add runner support, v3 cross-process. That is runner, reporters and runner utility feature. This looking error message when class fixture constructor throws an exception. When the constructor of a class fixture throws an exception, it says the following constructor parameters do not have matching fixture data, which suggests that the fixture setup is wrong. The actual exception is not visible at all in the output. Okay, let's see if this is still true in v3. You can close. Let's get rid of the one folder and go away. And let's open up XUnit in Visual Studio. Okay, so we'll go into core tests. We'll just go steal a test file and drop this in here. Actually, let's put this in assert tests. Not because I think there's anything wrong with doing it in core tests. It just happens to be that assert tests run faster. Yeah, what are you going to do? Okay. Assert tests, go. Nom du parametre, tolerance. Well, that's interesting. How did I never notice these were failing? One moment, please. Git of XUnit. That probably means my last actions were broken, right? Wait a minute, no, they're not. Okay. Unclear. What did I do? I mean, everything here is in French, which makes sense because I installed French. Quality assert tests. Okay, how did I break this? And why is it only broken here? Oh, also, why are the fonts so small? Okay. So quality assert tests, equal double tolerance. Oh, yeah, this should definitely not have this in here. I have to do starts with. But I don't know how I managed to get away with... Oh, I know. It's not failing on the server because the server doesn't have French on it. But how did I not notice that they were broken? I don't know. Exchange v3 assert tests bin debug net 472. Oh. I don't know why I never installed French before now. I mean, I use French as my other language in Cultured Fact. Right? Cultured Fact, if you don't have cultures, runs in English and French. So, yeah, I really should have installed French a long time ago, honestly. Okay, that's built. Okay, now we just have our one failure. One or more errors occurred. The following circuit parameters do not have matching fixture data. Fixture underscore. Okay, that's still a bug in v3. So let's go ahead and assign that to bug label. So this is core framework. This is definitely a bug. Do I want help on this? Oh, maybe. And then I'm going to throw you in my bugs list. Bugs. $23.42. Let's go. Down the bottom. That's sitting here message code. Yep. Okay. Now it's on the roadmap. Should bring this back. Verified. This is still broken in v3, so added to the roadmap. Okay. Let's come back up here. Let's come back up here and undo this. All right. Diff. We got those. And now that I have French, let's see what else fails. How did I not, like, I swear I run these tests a bunch. That's gonna be one of those days, I guess. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There we are. Remove English. Let's see. Remove English text. English exception text from. FR from assertions that run. Yeah, good. Wake up PGP, GPG, whichever one it is. I think it's GPG. Okay. Very good. Back to the review. So that was an issue. So I think that means all of the issues now have... Oh, no, I guess I should have put some labels on this. This is a core framework bug, perhaps. So I think the label I should put on this one is won't fix. There we go. Let's see, what about this waiting for repro? Did we ever get a repro? All right. Remove any test issue 2.zip. Now this was gave a repro, but it was not functional. Remove any test issue 2. All right, so you're 2315, huh? Let's actually just open up another command prompt. We will go into repro. We'll make XUnit 2319. Is that what I said? 2315 already exists. RFO XUnit 2315 vector 2315. Extract that download. First of all, with this build, whoops. I guess .NET build is probably the right answer, right? Am I still getting the same thing? I'm still getting the same thing. Yes, fine. Will you build in 2019? I doubt it. So we'll find out, huh? Still getting the same compilation error. Both from the command line and inside VS 2019. Okay, well, I can't help you fix the issue if you can't get me a repro. All right, so here's some PRs. Let's actually do the assert PRs first. Add format specifier for floats and doubles. Okay. This is for argument formatter. value is float, return value G7. If value is double, value G19. Yeah, that seems entirely reasonable. Well, pop this up a little bit, but yeah, this is just value argument formatter. Values character, values datetime, values of blah, values of blah, values of blah. Basically just gives us more precise printing of values for floats and doubles. Yep, I'm okay with that. Thanks. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to assume that there's a float and double something or other over here, but maybe not. Test display name for doubles. It's just going to be this. It just needs, well, it needs more stuff. Wow, what did you change? Okay, I don't know why that would necessitate a merge failure, but we'll go fix that. All right, so this is in Xcode XUnit. All right, so let's go ahead and copy that link. Let's come over here, right? Git remote add PR 2341. Put that there. Git fetch PR 2341. Right. This is equal assert float. So let's switch to that. 99% sure that's what that was. Or not. Apparently it's 1822, my bad. Should have looked more closely. Okay. We can get rid of the equal assert float. Let's merge main. Right. We're going to squash this anyway, so a merge sounds fine. Why do I have a bunch of these files that are unchanged? Suddenly changed? I don't 100% know why that would be. What exactly happened here? Let's do this. Yes, please. Let's close Visual Studios. Okay, you can say. Don't save? I don't know what was going on there. That was just in a bad place. And I minimized everything, so. Git reset hard. Git clean xdf. Right. Merge origin main. Okay, that makes sense. Git submodule update. We're gonna have to pull a new one of those anyway. Insert, fetch. Wait a minute. Oh, that get pulled already? No. Get log origin main one. Okay. Alright, origin main. Yeah, that's definitely where I want to be. Okay. That's fine. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's what I want. Just all this build now. Also, can't help but notice no conflicts. Alright, let's go take a look at exactly what was in here while this is building. We only kind of breezed over it. Yeah, okay. Full value, double value, MathPy, G7, G19. Float MathPy, regular MathPy, sure. And then looks like probably had to fix up things which were using bad formatting, which totally fine with all that. G17, G17, G17. G17, 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 G17. Okay. Now we have this. Didn't we fix this? Oh, we did. Except we didn't. So... yeah. Alright. Just a moment, please. Switch to main. Stash that. What? Oh yeah, that's right. Hit reset. Stash that. Why won't you stash that? Why do I hate you? FF only from dev. Push. Let me just switch back. Reset. Back to that. Let's merge origin main again. CXUV3 asserts. Reset hard to origin main. Build again. Of course, you don't merge in your other changes, you're not going to see your other changes. Learn to merge, Brad. Okay. Ugh. Well, this is all looking good. This is all V2 and V1 now, so. Or do you think any of that's going to fail? Git commit. Just don't need my keystrokes. Hey. Update to latest assertions. Go ahead and push that. Then back here, refresh. Everything should look the same. Probably got all the builds kicked off, which I really don't care about. I'm just going to go ahead and squash and merge. $23.41. Okay, so there's 2341 merged. This is 1822. Let's go take a look at issue 1822. Guess that just got closed because of this. That's what I wanted to make sure. Hey, it was on the V3 roadmap as well, which means probably an assertion library. Using assertion message when comparing floats. That wasn't it. Oh yeah, there you go. Test display name does not print out the digits to differentiate certain inputs. That's that one. Right? 1822. 1822. Aren't you closed? Do I have to control F5 you to get you to close? I guess I do. All right. Next. Let's see. We have these. This one. Okay, wait for async. This is an old one. This is on V3 TCP Runner. That's why I can't look at it yet. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. Dependabot and CodeQL. I don't know who this Alex Ivanov is, but every time I look at these things, I push them off until next time, which I'm going to continue to do today. All right. That's it for review. So I guess what we need is something new to work on now, right? Let's go clean up after ourselves. Let's switch to main. Let's delete our branch, 1822. Okay. Go ahead and pull. Why don't you get us a new main? Let's do remote. Get remote, remove PR 2341. And done with that. Switch back to dev. Dev wants to FF only with main. Update the submodules. And push. Okay. Very good. Okay. It's interesting that, it's like we pull in submodules. Like the GitHub UI does not show the submodule pull. GitK does. I wonder why GitHub doesn't show submodules. It's part of the PR. One of those mysteries of the universe, perhaps. Sorry, just a moment. I'm getting buzzed. Yeah. That's going to have to wait. It's going to take a lengthy reply, and I'm not interested in making a lengthy reply right now. Okay. Right. We were looking for something to work on. Anything interesting in core framework? Collection definitions, it's a big one. Ordering test cases in a collection. Not today. New Theory API? Definitely not today. Console trace debugger support? Not today. New supertype for fact attribute that is a basis of extensibility? Not today. Assembly fixture should be part of XUnit. Okay, not today. Theory member data should allow a waitable method. Not today. Test case parallelization when there's no class or collection fixture. Not today. One test in parallel shared context. That's literally the same thing, except different. Also not today. String values supported for inline data. That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, we just looked at this earlier, right? So let's go see what's going on here with string values. One of the things that's interesting to me about string values, and apparently I closed my Visual Studio. Let me fix that. Hello. I need that. You know, we removed all the custom serialization logic. I think. We still support iXUnit serializable, I think. Oh, I don't even remember. Results may be incomplete due to solution still loading project. Okay. Apparently we did not keep iXUnit serialization. So serialization, we have serialization tests, right? I'm looking for ones with big swaths full of data. I don't know if those tests survived or not. They might not have, because those are probably old XUnit serializers. Serialization helper? All right. Serialize. That's weird. It's a weird mispainting there. Okay. Serialize is just basically using the binary format to serialize things, which means value strings may or may not do that. Let's go poke around a bit. Right? Like static void testing. Search true type of string values. I'm going to have to bring in a assembly reference for this, huh? String values comes from, you didn't mention this in the bug, Microsoft Extensions Primitives String Values. Is that a NuGet package? It probably is, right? NuGet.org, packages, something or other, string values? How about string values? All right, Microsoft Extensions Primitives. So let's go add Microsoft Extensions Primitives, 501, I guess, to core tests. Core tests. Package reference, right? Package reference, include that. Versions 501. Go ahead and build. Okay. String values is serializable. All right. Let's find out if this thing is serializable. Not going to help if I don't run the right thing. All right. This is in core tests. Why are you so slow? What's going on here? Shouldn't be anything giving me any grief. Cancel the build. Visual Studio has encountered an unexpected error. Build must be stopped. Kill all Devin. Stop all. Never remember what I called that thing. Okay. Let's do a clean. 9 times out of 10, somebody's unhappy about some file that was left over from before. Writing assets file to disk. Okay, good for you. Alright, core tests is what we want. Oh, also you guys should be unloaded. Right, and then core tests, and then run, please. Of course, everybody has to restore and build now because I did a clean. Whatever. Okay. So, string values is not serializable. What is the file I changed? I don't remember. Okay. I don't even know what string values is. Literally just a list of string. Binary formatter. Formatter is a new one of these, please. Stream is a new memory stream. And then formatter.serialize into the memory stream, the object, which is going to be our values thing. Let's see what happens here. String values. So one value or an array of values. You might be able to do this. Nope. Okay. Apparently can't do that. Sure. Let's see if that runs without error. String values is not marked as serializable, so that's kind of what I expected. All right. So, can I get string values in a test, though? Let's do this. Public class testing. Public static theory data string values. String values data. There's a new one of those, into which I will put a new string values, into which I will put hello and world. Yes. Public, let's see, fact. Public static void, oh, not a fact, theory. Testing string values, which is going to be string values data. You are member data, name of string values data. Okay, cert collection data. Hello. World. Okay. Does this actually work? Does. Okay. Short answer. This does work in V3. Actually, let's not do anything there yet. Let's go back to the discussion. Okay. So poke around a bit. See how string values would be treated in V3. First of all, this test does pass in V3. So string values is definitely legal for theory data. Second, it's definitely not serializable. That means when runners try to pre-enumerate theory data, like the Visual Studio plugin does, it will fail to serialize, even in V3. Which means the runner inside Visual Studio will only show this test method as a single test, regardless of the number of rows of data available. Also means you cannot filter for a specific row of data either, since the system cannot see the rows of data. I'm going to mark the bug as closed because I have verified that feature does work, although your filter may not. Okay. TLDR. String values works as theory data. It is not serializable, so it will not allow the user to run individual rows, individual tests. You have to run the whole method, the whole test data, or any runner which tries to pre-enumerate the data like the Visual Studio plugin. We close with comment. Okay, that one's done. All right, what next? Aside from git reset hard. Okay. Assertion library. Add extensibility behind custom argument formatting. Not today. Include full comparison values and assert equal output configurable. Not today. Assert equal result unclear with strings differing trailing spaces. Consider A, mentioning string lengths. B, using some fancy Unicode characters for string pre-start and post-end. Yeah, but not today. I start equivalent. Not today. Standardize all assert, exception, argument formatting. Not today. So equal crashes with Stack Overflow. Not today. Add flag to string instructions, disable partial display. Not today. Allow setting of all parameters via properties in MS Build target. That's an easy one. Let's do that. Constant execute runner MS Build. Calling blah 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 will run but test will ignore execute test XML because variable execute test XML is an MS Build item instead of a property value. Yeah. Reload it and lose the changes. Yes, please. Okay. So the issue here is that in MS Build, so we ship these props and targets files. So these targets allow us to read XML files as items. Oh, instead of properties. Right. Because they're items and not... I don't know if I can fix this. Alright, so the problem is, we go look at XUnit CS, and we look specifically at XML, because it's not a general problem that he's describing here. Right? This is a task item. This is not a string. And it's a task item because we want... we need you to be able to pull the path for this. Right? I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix this, honestly. Fortunately, yeah, I don't think I can fix this. I mean, I could make it a string, which would allow you to do properties, which means I would do properties in there. Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, I looked into this. And here's the problem. There are 5 properties. No, 6. HTML, JUnit, and nope, it's 5. No, 6, because it's assemblies, HTML, JUnit, and units. XML, XML v1 that are all expressed as MS build task item rather than a string because we pull all path names from a task item. If I were to change the MS build definition from item to the property, I would lose the full path computation, which MS build does automatically for us. I don't think this should be changed. You can have a workaround where you could convert a passed in property into the proper item group item with the right name. Your workaround is to convert a passed-in property, name of your choice, proper item group item with the right name, like this. So if I were to do this, it would look like like that, actually. Believe it or not. So we could say if $my property is not equal to empty string, not equal to empty string, then we would say unit test XML. Let's see, report path. We'll call it report path. Report path. Right? Then you can do all of this. Right? Could move this down here like this. Right, and this can go in that item group. Look okay? Actually, I don't. You know, I don't want to do that. Because if he's already writing MS build, then he can just write the MS build. Like I don't see what the value is there. So I think I'm going to mark this as a won't fix. And therefore, remove target 3.0, remove feature, remove MS build. We'll just call this a won't fix. Okay. All right. I need a very quick break. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Okay, apologies for that. Just need a quick bio break. Let's see. What's next? Custom reporters, not today. Test filtering expressions, not today. Multi-line skip messages. Not today. List all available traits and trait values by name. This is like a general... kind of like a general list function, which we don't have today, which I think we should. I also think it should be easily parsable. Got the yeah. I mean, it's definitely a useful thing, right? Definitely a useful thing. All right, so what would this look like? We haven't made any changes, right? Nope. Okay, good. So this would look like runner console. I was gonna go into the command line. Let's go to the console runner. Actually, let's look at what it looks like in text. Let's see. So if we were to do console right line list options list information about the test assemblies rather than running tests. All right, so if my options were to be something like no, you can add slash okay, let's do that. Tests list This test is full metadata. List fully qualified method names. Oh, methods could be useful, right? Classes could also be useful, right? Okay. Think about what else people might want. That kind of looks comprehensive. Let's do this in improc first, because that seems easier, right? This would be like a project configuration item. Public. Let's just say list option, comma, list format, list, gets or sets. Let's see. Flag to indicate that we should list things instead of run them. And what we're listing, and then what format. Right? Okay. So this would be list option. List option. Should run a common is fine. Classes. Full. Methods. What do we say it was going to be? Classes, all methods, tests, and traits. Indicates kind of list a runner should generate rather than running tests. Lists all the classes in the assembly which contain tests. Lists full metadata of test discovery. Leave that specifically vague. And then what did we say it was? Why is tests here? as, not by, as display name. That's all the traits that are consumed, generated from this. Okay, so that's good. I like that. So that's list option. Now we need list format. Plain text. JSON. Designates format that the test list should take. Lists the information in plain text, human readable format. Lists the information in, let's call this text and not JSON. That's fine. JSON. Machine readable. Okay. Fine, right? Okay, so I got a command line and then I say list. L is list. Name is list. Pieces is well, let's do this validation first. Option value split slash if pieces length is greater than 2, unknown value for list. Actually, that's just in list, not max threads. Unknown, let's see, invalid argument value. And just invalid argument, I guess, for list. That's probably going to come up a bit. So maybe we do this and just assume that if we fall through, you should have names, by the way. Need a default for that, please. Variable list is, yeah, okay, I know. Why can't you be known? Because tuples can't be known? Really? Okay. It's fine. Now you're not trying to deconstruct me, which I appreciate. All right, so let's see. First thing we need is option is going to be enum parse, enum try parse. Alright, let's do that then. We'll do if enum try parse list option well, yeah, pieces 0 out var option. Option's already a thing, right? This option. Right. We can combine these. If love this. Okay, if you didn't give me one of these and we were able to parse that, then list is list option and then list format dot text. Yeah. Otherwise, if enum try parse list, let's see, list format. Pieces sub 1 out var list format. And the list is list option list format. Right? I think that should be good. In terms of formatting, actually, I think that's fine there. Let's go ahead and copy this over into the other console runner. The other console runner. I'll just pick the other console runner, right? So I've heard. So I've heard. Okay. Should be just a simple case of no. Oh, sorry, section v3 core test in debug. Yep, 472. All right. So there's our list. So we could do dash list, string argument, invalid argument. We're going to do classes. Let's see. Classes slash foo. Classes. Oh, you don't like classes, huh? Oh, you know what? I probably have to do a case insensitive on the enum try parse. There you go. So now what we need is to actually act on this. Okay. So we have execute assembly. Let's find the reference to execute assembly. This is run project. Probably don't want to do it here. We probably want to do it where this is called. Right, so we say if command line list line project config list, else we do all of this. That's not super helpful, right? Because of fail count. Fail count is 0. One project returns an int. Okay, so that's good. Not equal to null. Well, something like this. Right? And something like that. I'm gonna do like a wait list project, command line project, order message handler. Mostly, you don't need to be like that. It's not very many arguments. We'll put you right next to run project. We'll put you there. Async, value task, this project, you and you. Also .write line, project configuration list, value option, format. You're not async yet. Turn default. Okay. Wait a minute, why am I here? I'm in the wrong console runner, aren't I? Damn it. You need to go away. So I stop looking at you. Okay. Oh. Did we do anything with it in command line parser? I bet we didn't do anything with it. Okay. Fine. Classes and text. Classes and JSON. Also classes and text. Okay. So if we're going to list the project, so what we need to do discovery, right? Which is more like execute assembly. Oh, this isn't true anymore. Yeah, I mean, we can take that comment away. We should do it like this, though, actually. Do this. Actually, do we even need that anymore? Maybe we should do that up here, actually. Yeah. That's how that should work. All right. So in truth, I need a bunch of this stuff through here, basically through here. Okay. Pre-enumerate theories or equals false. Sure. Set up discovery options. Ouch. Neck's hurting me. Don't know why. Strange. Alright. You definitely don't need execution options. I don't know exactly how much of this stuff we need. Diagnostic message sync, internal diagnostic message sync. I kind of feel like when you do the list, you don't want any of these syncs. You know what I'm saying? Logo. I feel like list should imply no logo. That's what I feel like. Which also means somewhere in here. Has no logo. Actually, let's not imply no logo. Let's do it here. No. You know what? You don't want a logo? Just don't have a logo. I'm not your boss. What is all? Why is my phone blowing up? Okay. Make a quick calendar item. Apologies for the brief interruption. Add a notification for an hour before. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, back to this. Let's not imply no logo. If you want no logo, say no logo. Okay. Why did we close console runner? Makes no sense. List project. Let's do this since it'll be more generally usable code for each var assembly in project.assemblies. Okay, so we do discovery. We don't want any messages. We don't need long running. Maybe care about no color? If I do, it's up here. Why is no color there? That makes no sense. Oh, that's on the that's on the project. Yeah, that makes no sense why it's there. That's fine. We'll put you up here. I need you. All message sync. Thought this was a singleton, but I guess not. Okay. Get the test framework. Go to the assembly info. We do disposal tracker. In the test framework, we do discovery sync. We do discovery. We're certainly not reporting any messages there. Discover or find. And we get the filtered test cases. And then for right now, let's just list them all. So those are the display names. That's basically what we get for tests. Okay. So really, case. Format. Helps if you know how to spell break. Oh, I already know I want to do this. Static. Let's see. List helpers. Let's see. We want to call this a dictionary of list option to action. Yeah. To action of my enumerable of test case. List format. List output. List output. List output methods. They're going to be list option tests. Maybe list project. That's what we'll call it. Oh. You're going to be list option. Be list output method. Fine. Filter test cases, that was a list of test case discovered, so I got that wrong. List of test case discovered. You are format. Yeah, I suppose you can be static for now, although I'm reluctant to believe that's actually true. Format is text. We'll do this. Filtered test cases, sure. Turn, right? And then we say, otherwise we're going to do return JSON serializer dot serialize. Otherwise we're going to console write line JSON serializer serialize. Filtered test cases select TC test case display name. Oh, let's see what happens. Parentheses. What is this? Lisp? So many parentheses. Class is going to do nothing. Go on the handler. That is not what I expected. Oh, did we do it twice because I left it up here? You dumb. Okay, now if I filter this, I say async acceptance tests. Good. I assume this is going to become the common pattern, honestly. Okay. Let's do classes. No, stop that. do this. Yeah, maybe. No, actually, no reason to create that temporary here. Never mind. I'm just being silly. Except I'm not going to be silly here. Because I do want to filter this here again. I think I need to do two lists, but maybe it's fine. I do kind of like this pattern now, though. Yeah. So we got list project classes. You in that list, huh? Build. There's tests. Let's do classes. Yeah, so we need a uniqueness constraint on that as well. List project classes. Distinct. Probably put them in an order. Okay, reasonable. I do that as JSON. That's all of that. Now, none of my tests actually have namespaces, but let's just go quick put one in a namespace for fun. Mm-hmm. So that would be why we also need here we're going to do this way apparently. Not ready for any of this yet. So when the test class is not null, you probably need to be like this. Parenthesize the conditional expression. Okay. That's what you're upset about. Distinct. Order by. To rest. There you go. Foo dot whatever. We want order down here as well, right? So let's do order by for you as well. Tests. Namespace foo. That's JSON. Tests. Inker, just want to say thank you for your continuous work on XUnit. Yeah, you're welcome. You are absolutely welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Food asynchronous. Okay. All right, that's looking all right. Looking pretty good. Let's project tests. Let's project classes. All right, what's next? We need list option full. List project full. Let's go ahead and put all these up here. List option methods. List project methods. List option traits. List project traits. Okay, let's go get traits. Traits should be fairly simple, right? Alright, we'll call you traits. Alright, given filtered test cases, we want to see group by Actually, the traits are already grouped, aren't they? What we need is a select. I want to group all the traits. We want to group all the trait values. So for a given trait, we want all the trait values. We want a distinct version of all the trait values. Let's see. Okay. So, given a test case, let's get all of the distinct keys. Right, and then given a key, we want all the filtered test cases, traits, select traits where T Wow, like I'm trying to do this link math in my head. I'm sure there's a way to do this in one big link embedded inside of a link embedded inside of a link. I'm not 100% sure that I know. So given a key, I should go look for each of the filtered test cases. Select the first or default trait list where the key, KVP, or the KVP key is equal to the key. Key is, this is select, wait a minute, keys is a list. It's a key collection. It's a linkception, yeah, it absolutely is a linkception. That gives me a list of strings, so that's distinct, so now that's a key. That's better. So key here is now a list of string. So that's probably select many, right? And then select many comes out of that as an IEnumerable of string. Right, because I turned an IEnumerable into an IEnumerable of an IEnumerable into an IEnumerable. So now key here is string, so KVP key is string. So first the default out of that is a key value pair. First or default of that, the value, not null. First or default of that, no, is key value pair. Key value pair is a struct. So where not null gives us back a list of strings again. So that should be all of the values. That's going to be another double IEnumerable, right? IEnumerable of, oh, it's triple. IEnumerable of string. So this select many should get us an IEnumerable of an IEnumerable of string, right? And then this select many should get us an IEnumerable of string. That's all the values, but that's not exactly what I want. So what I want here instead is this and that as a tuple, I guess. The T result. You don't know what the T result is. Type arguments cannot be inferred from usage. Alright, you should be able to infer that. Right? Or not. Still don't know it. String and enumerable string. That's right. Oh, no, we don't know how to select many out of that, right? Let's just do a select. That's the problem, right? So that should now be an enumerable of key and a string key, enumerable key of values. Okay, so we'll call you values then. I really don't know what Jason is going to do here. I really don't know what that's going to do here either. Static void. List project tests. No, that's supposed to be traits. Okay. List traits in JSON, please. Null ref. Why the fuck not? You just don't know what's going on here. Okay. So select many of the keys. Where not null. TC traits. Traits is potentially not. Traits is never null, right? We always have a dictionary, even if it's empty. Empty is fine. Where key, not string, is null or white space key. That'll get rid of all of our empty keys. I don't think we should have any. What if I just did that? Say, show me all the keys. Right, everybody's got an assembly key. That's great. So we'll take your distinct. All right. So that should get me assembly and, oh, and culture. There was a culture buried in here that I didn't see. There it is, culture. Just kind of hiding out there. All right, so that part did what I wanted it to do. All right, given a key, give me filtered test cases, select many on TC2 traits. Probably just a select. You need a name that you're upset about. So that's going to give me an enumerable of key, comma, every blah, blah. I really have no idea what the JSON serializer is going to do with that. Not a fan of the debugger. Kind of not a fan of the debugger, that's true. Assembly trait, assembly. Key is assembly and the value is assembly trait, assembly trait, assembly trait. Okay, sure. I guess I could absolutely debug this. You are correct. That would probably be less work. And would probably be more interesting for you to watch me do that. List. Traits. JSON, please. Okay. So we kind of already know what this is, right? So every one of these is... So there's one, and then every one of these is... I guess every trait in the system, which isn't super helpful. What if we did this? What if we said this is keys? We did this. We said traits were keys. It's a bit like admitting defeat to have to set a breakpoint. Yes, that's true. All right. This is what I think I actually want, but now once I have the keys in here, I should be able to use the debugger to run my query, I think. Right? Assembly and a culture, right? So if I come into the immediate window and I say keys.select, see what happens if I do that. We don't know. Debugger is unable to evaluate that expression. Do this there? No. What happens if I just do this? What is traits? Trait. That is exactly what I expect out of assembly. Culture. Culture is where we end up with a null ref. Traits is never going to be null. First to default on that trait dot value. And this is where I tried to say, dot value, and it told me no. And now it's telling me yes. No, now it's telling me no again. Key value pair always. Yeah. Yeah, it's key value pair. And calling value on that key value pair, value on that empty key value pair, and it's not happening with assembly because every single test has the assembly attribute on it. mean, yes, I could do dot key. I don't know if that helps me, but just to see what's coming back. Where not null? Oh, that's a select. Oh, that's a select many. So that select returns a list of strings. I don't want the null strings. Is it really? Maybe just because I had the select many and didn't need it? And didn't realize I didn't need it? Okay, traits, culture, values, 1, ENUS, FRFR. Oh my god, just a selectception. Yep, selectception, that's how it works. That's how it works. Traits, no more you. No more me. So this should be this, because this needs to be more readable and also needs a distinct. So this select is an IEnumerable of list of string. See, that's wrong. Because this select is an IEnumerable of list of string. So that this select many now is an IEnumerable string, where not null is a string and a distinct. I mean, I'm in the right place, but am I going to fail again? Am I going to get another null ref again? Yeah. Why? Value is not null here. Set the value, no. Problem is an empty, oh, this is an empty list. Oh, duh. This is a null list. Wow, this is brutal. All right. Okay, so we've got assembly and trait, and we've got culture and that. This is not exactly the format I wanted in, though. Or is it? Key and values. Kind of isn't. As a JSON, I kind of want this to be an object form, I think. Right? Like, I'd really like to see it like assembly trait culture ENUS FR think. Think. Wow, for sure we got to get this out of here. Because that's getting newed up probably way too many times. Oh. Okay, so for each trait, trait key. Value. This isn't super great. Trait is assembly, values trait is culture, values UNUS, values FRFR. Kind of wonder if I should do anything interesting with the serialization of those things. By the way, you're not in a namespace anymore. Go away. Should I do JSON serializer serialize the value? Should I do JSON serializer serialize the key? I'm going to put quotes around it and also going to put give me escapes. Or should I do something like this? Well, that's not bad. And then if I go throw a weird trait on something like actually, I guess I would just do it like this. Weird. So, and I don't hate that. I'm not a huge fan of the escaping of single quotes there, but I guess that's just kind of the way JSON wants to be. On the other hand, this is supposed to be human readable. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm sure the JSON serialization options probably give me a little bit of control here. JSON serialization options, JSON serialer options. We got dictionary key policy gets or sets policies on iDictionary key name to such as camel casing. No. Hmm. Default is 0, which means 64. That's great. Okay. Encoder. JavaScript encoder. That sets the encoder to use an escape strings or null to use a default encoder. I don't want to write my own encoder. So I don't want to write my own converter. Oh, excuse me. I have, like, the argument formatter has some of this stuff in it, right? Should I use the argument formatter? Escape sequence stuff is not public. Escape hex chars. Escape double quotes. Wouldn't have to escape double quotes unless I'm trying to quote the thing. But if I quote the thing, then yeah. Escape hex chars. So if I make that public, you don't have access to argument formatter? Because it's in the assert library and it itself is static. Guess that means it's meant to be brought in multiple places. Copy full path? Sure, why not? Alright, so if I were to go into the improc console runner, fun group, pile, include that, but not really. I don't have to make it public because it'll be internal. And then it'll still be private, won't it? But, I mean, I can at least test it out here, because I won't be over 50 characters right now. I like that better. Do you like that better? Escape hex chars. How many people are using escape hex chars? Just one, right? I'm gonna call you escape string. And you're gonna become internal. Okay. That's an easy enough fix, right? Make argument formatter, escape string internal instead of private. Source, cert, fetch, card origin main. Now if I come back here, I should be able to say escape string. Nice quote with quote. I'm going to use this a little bit. Nerds are mine. That's what I meant. think that one's already covered? That one's apparently already covered. It's kind of weird, though. Exactly what this does. All of those, but it didn't do quotes of any kind, I guess. I don't know why. Since the only caller comes up here and does it too. Oh, whatever. Obsession for another day. Okay, what are you offering to do for me? Will be static? Yeah, of course you can be static. Now what else are you offering? Nope. So how do I get this out of a... what's basically just a dictionary? Suppose I could do it... I have done formatters. Thought. Maybe not. No. I mean, I suppose I could write the JSON myself. It actually wouldn't be that hard, right? And by the way, this is big enough that it wanted curly braces anyway. Let's do this. Console write. And curly. Full right line. Close curly. Okay. And then for every trait, we are going to console write. Let's see. JSON serializer, serialize trait key. Here we actually want them to serialize this whole thing as a string. And then put a colon there. And then actually probably just JSON serializer, serialize trait values, because it's already essentially an array. Okay. Oh. That was not at all what I expected. Right, so I'm missing commas, obviously. Right. Of course I'm missing commas. Not first. Also write a comma. Well, what that dollar sign is. First false. Assembly trait, blah blah blah. Where'd all my commas go? If not. Well. Help if you had the logic right. Some betrayed culture. I'm weird, so am I. Seems okay. Super hackish, but seems okay. And craft an object. Style output. Allah. Assembly is trait. Culture is ENUSFR. All right. You can go away, Mr. Weird Trait. All right. So that's that. Okay, let's do methods. That one should be easy, right? It'll be just like classes, except methods. Let's see. These methods. So where the class is not null and the method is not null, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. Right? And then that's it. Let's do some methods. There's a lot of methods, sure. Let's do it in JSON. Okay, let's grab one of these classes. Just for this class, please. Really? Test collection runner tests. Okay, hang on. Let's make sure I'm doing this right. Find the test case where the class is not null and the method is not null. Give you a namespaced thing with a class and a method and distinct and order by and list. Unit test collection runner tests. There should be a couple of those, right? There we go. I just must have copy pasted the wrong thing last time. Looks good. Of course I want no logo. Of course I do. Okay, what's last? So much duplicated code in these two files. Full. Wait until last to do full. Because we honestly don't know what I want to do for full yet. TBD. What should full look like? It's kind of like we're serializing the test case objects. That's not a bad idea, right? Oh, test calls with namespace. How did I totally forget that that was there? That's... Wow, that's dumb. Okay. How would I order these? Actually, let's not. Let's just see what happens. Okay, well that's the toString. That's not helpful, right? Let's do the JSON version. Actually see what the JSON serialization of those is. Oh. Class is TC class with namespace. Method is method. Display name is TC display name. Skip reason. File is file. Line is line. Oh, I want to skip nulls. For sure. So skip nulls. Actually, given the way that we discover things here, we would never have files or line numbers. But I still think that we should be able to do this. What else do we want in here? Namespace? No. We want traits. Should I put the test case ID in there? Is there value in having the test case ID? Honestly, don't know. Collection? Problem is, you get a collection unique ID, which isn't super helpful. Would be my guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's not super useful. Okay. Well, this stuff should not be here. This stuff gets to move. I think probably runner common. You got console helper. Your console helper, your static. What do we call you? Console project lister? Sure. Classes? Nope, just classes. All methods, tests, traits. Oh, I guess we use the argument formatter now. Right. You can come out of here. And into here. You need comments. Helper class to list project contents out to system console. I guess I don't need system in there, do I? List classes contained in the test cases. List all test case information. It's the methods in the test cases. Try again. List the tests as display name in the test cases. Yes, that makes more sense like that, doesn't it? And then list the traits in test cases. We're not null. Sure. Jason ignore condition. Oh, and the what? Oh yeah. Sure. Console runner. Console list. Project lister. Got to make those public. Oh. Can even move this over there. You guys don't have to be public anymore. Lister. This case is format. Okay, now we can come back over here. So we'll find our red line. Console, project, lister, list, filtered test cases, list option, list formats. And we obviously did not need the reporter message handler because we're not using it. Oh. Actually, this can't be done yet. It's fine now. There in a moment. Mainline. Mainline. Null check can be simplified. That's true. Sure can. Okay, so the version here of this project is quite different. Because we need to do all this instead. We need a controller for discovery, but we'll figure that out in a moment. Oh, you know, one thing I never tried was... let's come back here. Let's list... List the tests and pre-enumerate the theories too. There we go. Now we've got pre-enumerated theories. If we don't do that, then we don't get those things. Just get test methods. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're done with you. I think we're done with that implementation. So the problem here now is we basically need Something like this. Except for discovery. Oops. This project. Oh, I shouldn't have totally deleted all the content on here. That part's fine. We eventually want to get to there. Don't need execution options. Other console there. We never used this. You probably want to deconstruct, don't you? I'm totally fine with that. So we need, for discovery, assembly info, something about project assembly, reference list. Reference list? Why do we need a reference list? Okay, where are we using this? Literally nowhere. Grr. How could I have written all of this without using it? Implementation of Electron Controller Discover, which can be used to discover tests, including subspace discovery. Note that XUnit V1 does not support subspace discovery. Assembly to use for discovery. That's the assembly info. Sure. Project assembly. The test project assembly. Reference list. Full path names of all referenced assemblies is used to search for references to specific XUnit.net reference assembly to determine which version of XUnit.net tests were written against. I feel like I wrote this for V3. Did not include any callers in this branch. That's what I feel like. I have no idea what I'm doing. Please send help. Yeah. So this would have been in XUnit front controller. Nope, nothing there. Unless I was calling it from XUnit 3? No, I couldn't have been calling it from XUnit 3 because this would have called XUnit 3. That's the whole point, right? The runners would have been the ones that called this. So the console runner here, well, that's inproc. I want the out of proc. So no big changes for the console runner there. No changes for the console runner here at all. Nor here. Nor here. So still nobody calling this. How did I anticipate that I would get access to all the references? I suppose I could continue to call for discovery and execution even if I never actually intend to execute everything on it. So the front controller in any of these get changed. It's probably just passing along the reference list. Yeah. Whereas if we do for discovery and execution, then it's fine. I guess that's what I'll do. Just continue to call for discovery and execution. I don't want either of those syncs. For sure I don't. Actually, in any place where I don't have to pass it, I won't. Because I never really determined if all the places I'm passing here actually require it. It does. We don't want to send any messages. We don't care about an execution sync. What we really want is a discovery sync. New discovery sync, discovery event sync. Class that maps test framework discovery messages to events. This case discovered. These are actually the things I want. Is that really the only user disposal tracker? Is that? Test framework doesn't necessarily have to be disposable. Is that right? Right. Okay. That's why. Makes sense. I'm going to put you over here so I can look at these side by side. So the discovery sync is just this. And I have the controller, which should basically substitute for my test framework. So I don't get a discover, I just call find. Except you definitely want a message sync. That's going to be my discovery sync, right? And find, front controller find settings. Front controller find settings, which is our discovery options. And our filters. Where did we get our filters from? Assembly configuration filters. So we just do this. We do controller find. Discovery sync wait one. This is going to be discovery sync dot test cases. In theory, we send the filter over to the controller and it should do all the filtering out for us. In theory, that's how this should work. Okay, let's try this. Source XUnit v3 runner console bin debug net472 merged. Right? You have a list. So the first thing we need is source XUnit v2 tests bin debug net452 XUnit v2 tests. Hello. Is there anything in there? Probably not, because I'm not building it, because I unloaded it. Reload. Build. Might as well reload this one and build it too, as long as we're here. You unload them again. In case you're curious why I load and unload these things, it's really because like there's a lot of common test names, and so when I search for types, it'll find the V2 and V3 tests, and I really don't want it to find the V3 tests. V2 tests, Stilo. So that will run them. List classes. That actually seemed to do something. Huh. Amazing. Logo. These tests. WC. That's a whole bunch. That's fewer. No, I have no idea why the ANSI coloring there screws up WC. So interestingly, I mean, I guess, do them one at a time. One of the things we probably want to print in full list full, probably the assembly, right? So U in full TC dot. Ooh, we only have the assembly unique ID, huh? Yikes. What if we were to take assembly name right? Take assembly name. Then when I come to console runner here, we have assembly file name. I guess it could be called assembly file name, huh? Empty traits are showing up. Should empty traits show up? I guess. But I could also get rid of them. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a problem. So we listed 2 arrays. Problem here is we can't just run each assembly individually, can we? Because when we ask for JSON, we're going to assume it's valid JSON, and we just threw out very invalid JSON. First of all, surprised that wasn't in color. Second of all, really surprised it didn't yell at me about it being invalid because it's actually 2 arrays and not just 1. Oh, alright, well, I'm not quite done with this, but I've been streaming for 3 hours and 45 minutes, so I think I am done streaming. I'm just going to write myself a quick note here, which is multi-assembly JSON is invalid because we return multiple arrays. Alright. I do classes, JSON, and don't type through JQ. You don't need to be hyped. And there we go, we got 2 arrays. Yep. That's definitely no bueno. So I don't know if I need to combine them all or whatever. I'll work through it though. Yeah, I just need a break. It's 2:30, so a little bit past where I would normally want to think of as lunchtime. So I'm gonna go get some lunch and call it into this stream. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time.